Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is
Twisted and Uncorked. Hello and welcome to another episode of Twisted and Uncorked. Today we are joined by our friend Chris from Scary Stories We Tell podcast. That's where you say
and
hello.
I made a decision. I made a choice this evening to wear this hoodie because you guys record video, so
Oops.
I look like Big Bird or a minion or a banana, depending on your train of thought at the moment.
I don't know very many people that can pull off yellow, so you're one of them.
You're doing it.
You're doing the damn thing.
You still don't know any. Congratulations, your number is still at 0. Yellow's a hard color to pull off. I mean,
it is.
I would feel more comfortable wearing this hoodie if it were pink.
Then we could have matched. That would have been
exactly.
Nice. And for anybody that is confused as to what the hell we're talking about, you can go to our YouTube channel and check out the visuals behind this podcast.
I like that.
So today is episode 45, and we are doing our first round of special topics. So our special topic this time was decided by our patron Clinton. Thank you so much, Clinton. And for everybody that voted. So today we are doing strange weapons.
We are. I forgot we were doing that until just now, and I'm super excited.
And speaking of strange weapons, my fun fact today is not so much fun, but it involves strange ways to kill people.
Oh, God.
People in the early ages boiled the convicted prisoners in oil or water until the person died.
I thought you were going to say until they were the perfect temperature. Until they were cooked to your perfect desire.
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, who knows?
Awful.
That's fucked up.
What early ages is this? Who did this?
Like medieval ages. You know how I went through that first round of, like, medieval torture? This is one of those tortures.
I don't like it.
It wasn't as popular as other methods, as no direct bloodshed was shown. It did still have an audience in Europe and Asia as well. So people watched this happen. People are fucked up.
Yes.
This is rough.
Yes.
This one was particularly rough, but it felt right for strange.
I'm
you want to hear a really
over?
rough one? You want to hear a really rough one? Or
sure, go ahead.
I mean, you have
What's
me
your
here.
fun fact,
What am I fucking here for? No. Okay. I actually think, shameless plug, we talked about this on the episode we had Maggie on, who does our album artwork on our show. And we talked about this on our episode. We ended up talking about strange executions.
Oh, God.
So it's called the boats. So you take someone and you put them between two boats, and the boats have, like, cutouts for their arms and legs and their head. So they're essentially, like, inside of boats. Their body is inside of a boat.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah,
I don't
and
either.
so it's like sealed, right? So if you take two canoes and put them together, cut out some spots, it's like a sealed spot. Mm-hmm. And so then they feed them, like, milk and honey and stuff, and then they just start, like oozing it out of their body and stuff, and, like, in the sun and getting warm and pooping themselves and attracting flies and stuff, and they just start, like, being eaten alive.
Sierra mentioned this as a fun fact, like, at the beginning of our podcast days.
Yeah, but not the whole boat part added in.
Clearly she's traumatized enough that it's been blocked from her memory.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's like the worst execution I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the one boiled to death?
I mean, isn't the one where they, like, just smash your legs and shit and bones, like, one by one until you're dead? That's the worst,
Or
right?
the one that you, like, get pulled and, like, your body is stretched.
Oh, are you talking about where they're pulling your arms and legs with, like, horses and stuff?
Oh, no, but that's a thing, too.
That's a
There's
good one.
a machine that, like, the queen had that would pull you up and down, and, like, it was like a board.
And all of our listeners are gone now. They've turned this off.
There's the one where, and then there's the other one where you could crank it and it would, like, turn their head.
Okay.
You could crank their head. Yeah, of course. I mean, what's insane is how absolutely insane people were with executions before now. And people were okay with
Sierra's
it. Like,
put her
nobody
mom
batted
foot
an
down. She's done.
I am
nobody
bringing
batted
us
an
back.
eyelash.
I am bringing us back to a fun fact.
Do you have
here.
a fun fact?
I have a fun
That was fun.
fact.
Not for the people that
So-
it used to happen to.
Well, yeah,
or
but
the people who have to listen to it. So, sorry.
wow.
I did start it. It was my bad.
Fun
That's
fact.
true. That's true.
This month, December 2021, is the month that George Jetson of the Jetsons
Oh, hell yeah.
was conceived.
Oh.
George Jetson of the past futuristic cartoon. Don't know how to word that.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
His birthday is on August 27th, 2022. So we are now in the future enough that the people in the past who wrote the Jetsons had him conceived this year or this month.
I don't know what a
We're old,
I know.
guys.
Yeah. I don't know if that was
Jesus.
my takeaway so much or if the thought of cartoon conception.
I thought these were supposed to be fun facts.
This is fine, okay?
Yeah, it's really.
Jeez.
Yeah, I see where this goes. There's one idea, and then it gets perverted completely immediately. I see where this.
Yeah, we always bring two different fun facts, and sometimes mine are not fun.
The question I have though is, if he was conceived now, now, in that universe, by now in that universe, should we have flying cars or flying cars invented by the time he gets old?
That's a good question.
I'm really disappointed that
Are we
don't
on
have
track
flying
for the
cars.
Jetsons? Like, you know,
I don't
like,
think we
on a
are.
chronological timeline. Are
No.
we?
Pretty
Humans
sure
are
they
not
lived
there
in
yet.
space. So,
No, they didn't live in space. They lived on Earth.
was
It was
it
just
Futuristic.
It was just they were just in like the atmosphere
Didn't
of Earth.
feel like Earth.
Well, there was always the theory that the Jetsons were floating above Earth and the Flintstones were on Earth because they were like civilization was destroyed, and so it like
Yes,
started
I've heard
coming
that.
back as like cavemen, and that's the
I've heard
Flintstones,
that
and the
comparison, yeah.
Jetsons are in the atmosphere above them. Yeah,
That's
there's
what we're on
crossovers.
track for.
There's crossovers with
What,
the
being the
Flintstones and the
Flintstones?
Jetsons.
We are on track for the world ending and restarting.
Yeah, I mean, I think we already knew that though.
I mean, I think that I can pull off a fur dress and some pearls if I need to.
First, you got to survive the end of the world.
That's
Can
true.
I
you
was
do
about
that?
to say, yeah.
That's true.
The end of the world's not going to be exciting. It's
I
just
could
going to be all
drive
the
a car with my
technology
feet,
getting
though.
destroyed.
I don't think that my feet are hardened enough for that type of transportation.
I just don't think it. I think what ends up happening is technology just gets destroyed.
Yes.
I love it.
That's it, right?
Well,
like
then-
that's the
but
end of the world.
I'm
is
Sorry
up.
that all of
technology
us
to be-
won't be able to talk anymore.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
but
a
that's
bummer.
but that is the end of the world. Like if
Yeah.
all technology gets destroyed, like 3/4 of people who do anything for a living can't do it anymore.
Oh my god,
That's
that's
true.
me.
That's scary.
Pretty much most.
Sierra, I'll send you
people.
carrier pigeons.
Thanks. But are they actually pigeons or are they drones and they'll be
Oh,
destroyed?
Jesus.
Who
What,
knows?
birds aren't birds?
Birds aren't real.
Who knows?
Birds aren't real.
I'll try and befriend a pigeon between now and the
Birds
end of the
aren't
world.
real when conspiracy theories were fun.
Right?
We were actually just
true.
talking about that
were.
on our
Patreon.
Sasquatch recap last night.
Sasquatch recap.
Yeah, for our
Yeah.
patrons.
What does that mean? What does recapping Sasquatch mean?
There's
Well,
a TV
Sasquatch
show.
is the Hulu
oh,
original, and we are doing that as this month's recap and discussion for patrons.
you're talking about the show about the drug dealers and
Yeah,
Well, don't tell us all of the.
Isn't that like the
Stop.
Teaser,
advertising
he's
for the
bringing
show?
in
Yeah.
patrons, Sierra.
yeah, I know.
I'm doing your job for you, so you
I'm
don't
just saying
have
no
to.
spoilers.
Thank you so much. Yes, no spoilers.
I don't. Are there spoilers?
Well, we haven't seen the whole thing yet.
We
Oh.
haven't. No, we watch
We've
one
only
episode
seen one
every
episode.
week. We are drinking wine this week because it's my episode, guys. And this week and today we are drinking Martini Rosé Bubbly. We're on a rosé, like I said. There's two different types of this varietal. You can get it extra dry or just as is. And for both Sierra and I, we could only find the extra dry one. So if anybody is able to actually find the regular one, please let us know. Because, like we have said many times on the show, we are not dry lovers. So Sierra's got some juice on backup, and so do I, just in case. And this unique blend of, oh my god, why can't I speak English today? Aromatic grapes includes Moscato and Ensalada. It's a finely balanced wine with berry-rich acidity and a hint of orange zest. Now, contrary to popular belief, rosé is not just a summer wine at all anymore because we are drinking it in the winter because we always rotate, guys. So, during one snowstorm...
Sorry, that was really loud.
It's okay. In 2001 in New York City, people were seen all over town drinking rosé or various other wines to keep warm. So, and when you drink, your blood vessels dilate, so you're actually losing more heat through your skin, but it gives you the appearance of being warmer. So, fun fact.
It's a very strange, interesting fact.
Right? I
did
know
not know
many
that.
people think when they drink, they actually get warmer, but they're actually losing more heat through their cells because it causes your blood vessels to dilate. How do you like it, Sierra? Chris
Okay.
isn't drinking this with us, but he's got
I-
other fun stuff. What are you drinking, Chris?
I'm just drinking seltzer.
There you go.
I had COVID 2 weeks ago or so.
Oh, yeah. Can you even taste it?
I cannot taste this.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
no.
I don't taste it. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I still can't taste. I can taste most things now, but I can't taste this at all. I don't taste
really?
anything.
Jeez Louise.
Can you taste the bubbles, though? Is that still like a...
I mean, I can feel them.
Yes,
Yes,
that's what I mean.
but
Okay.
I don't taste it at all.
It's
I mean, I
not
guess that's
bad.
good. I can drink plenty.
I haven't had to add any juice
Holy
to it.
shit. I was just down the whole goddamn bottle. What does it matter?
Me?
My lord.
Oh, no, her. Well, we
Yeah.
do gotta save
Oh,
a little
either
bit
one of
for
you,
our
but-
sangria next week. So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yes, the rest of it she can
Jeez.
certainly down during the story.
I'm glad to see you're up and podcasting. My lord.
She
Dude,
hasn't
we
taken a
recorded
break.
like when I was dead.
Yeah, she
Really?
was fully
Like,
dead.
We
I
had
think
to
there
what?
was
break
two
a
days.
couple
Kudos
times
to
for me to
you.
cough and die
Yeah.
and get back into
Did you have it? Did you have it really bad?
I don't think it was. I mean, I
like a
don't get
bad
sick
cold.
very easy. I don't get sick ever, like ever. So when
Sure.
I was sick, I was like, okay, this is something bad.
Except for
Sure.
the night that you thought you were gonna die.
Right.
'Cause
Well,
your head hurt so bad.
yeah. So
Oh,
I
okay.
had.
But it wasn't like you couldn't breathe.
No, I the first night and the second night, I just felt like I'm sick. Like I have a cold. I'm just sick.
Sure.
The third morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel great. I'm so much better.
Sure.
And then I drank some apple cider vinegar and I didn't taste it. And I was like, oh, I have COVID.
Right,
Like,
right,
there's no
right,
way
sure.
you don't taste that. And then I think it was the night after that, I had a headache so bad I literally like wrote out a will on my phone in bed because I thought I had like a brain aneurysm.
Oh,
I
Jesus,
thought I was
wow.
dying. And since then I just keep using nasal decongestion. But I didn't get like pneumonia or anything like that. I've been drinking herbal teas and lung detox teas the whole time, so so my breathing wasn't bad, but that
Good.
headache was rough.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ Almighty! I haven't even heard that being a thing either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like-
I assumed it was just, all of the stuffedness in my face, but that night I was like, this is not, like, I am going to have a brain aneurysm tonight.
Sure, no, I
It was
get it.
awful.
And it's so crazy how everybody's been affected so differently. And we did mention this on a Patreon episode, but the detox tea, the lung tea that Sierra's referring to is called mullein. It's the one that looks like ground up weed. So
Right.
she has a huge bag of it. And it does actually work. People that have quit smoking recently have heard that they tried it to just kind of get all that stuff out of their lungs a little bit quicker. So I thought you were going to show the class.
I thought it was still in here. I must have taken it back in the kitchen.
What do you just like drink it like tea? That's
Yeah, I just,
huh.
Yeah.
steep it.
She was a trooper. We only had to move 2 recording dates because she was dying, which is
I've only
reasonable.
moved him, 2 or 3 days
Yeah,
ahead?
yeah. It was completely reasonable. I thought you were going to
Wow.
move it further.
I
but
lived.
She's a champion, guys. Let it be known. So today's topic for for our special topic round, like I said, is unique weapons. So because this is such a niche topic, the cases I chose were unique, but of course there's not a lot of information on them, so I chose 2 kind of shorter ones for you guys today.
Multiples, okay.
So our first one takes place on November 28th, 2003. Richard Clare climbed out the window of Vale House Drug Rehabilitation Center in Hartford. He was a patient there due to an extreme heroin addiction. Can't say that I understand that, but I've heard that is the hardest drug to kick, so. On this day, he took a taxi to his friend James Gibson's house in Welwyn Garden City. And this is taking place in the UK, by the way.
Okay, I was a little bit confused when you said Hartford.
You're like, where the fuck is this?
Well, Hartford's in Connecticut, but
Oh.
it's a very, very, very nice area. So when you said it was like a drug rehabilitation, I was like, they have those in Hartford?
This is in the UK. And Richard had gone to collect some money that James owed him. He was hoping to use it to buy some more heroin. When he was not able to get the cash, he instead took the man's cell phone, hoping to use it as collateral or sell it for cash itself.
What year?
2003.
Okay.
Later that same day, James was in contact with his friend Timothy McGee via different means, because obviously his cell phone was gone, and tried to reason that he talked to their friend and help him get his cell phone back. The incident led to Timothy and Richard fighting over the phone. James and Timothy were acquaintances and he tried to get it back on his behalf, as he felt that Richard was being unreasonable and was still deep in need of help to overcome his addiction.
Okay, so there's just multiple men fighting over phones.
Yeah, so we got James, who had his phone taken, and he's like, Timothy, I need your help to get my phone back. Can you go talk to Richard? That's
Okay.
where we are. During the argument with Timothy, Richard picked up a heavy silver dessert spoon laying nearby on the counter and hit his friend on the back of the head during their altercation. Timothy fell to the ground and laid unconscious. It is
A
not
heavy dessert spoon.
What
How
makes it
heavy is
heavy?
a dessert spoon?
I don't know.
What is
Have you ever
heavy?
seen those spoons that are like real spoons, but they're decoration, so they hang on the wall and they're like this big?
Yes, I have some
Maybe it
because
was one of those.
somebody in
Yeah,
my
but-
family thought that they needed to get that for me for my wedding. Don't know why.
Maybe it was one of those. Maybe that's what makes it heavy. It was 8 feet tall.
I mean, yeah, like it's like pretty hefty, those designer spoons, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but
Not
aren't those
sure.
just decoration?
I think so.
It was on the
I
counter.
would think.
He grabbed it and hit his friend on the back of the head. It's not
So
known.
hard that he killed him.
It's not known whether Richard attempted to resuscitate him or if he simply left with the phone. Not a great deal is known about the 2 men themselves or the case itself, other than the incident that we're talking about and the court proceedings. The autopsy report came back that the spoon's impact ruptured an artery in Timothy's brain, causing fatal bleeding in the area between his skull and his brain.
Oh, that
So he
poor
did
guy.
die.
I know what his headache felt like right before he died. I'm just kidding. I really do feel for him though.
I would assume what is like his eyes filled up with blood, right?
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, and you would have to hit somebody like right in the right spot, and
Oh,
horrible.
can you imagine that? Just like on the ground, just getting clocked with a fucking spoon some asshole eats vanilla ice cream with. It's the fucking worst. Tell me how there's worse things than that. Like,
Yeah.
that's just awful.
I know, and
God,
this is a
totally
strange
worse.
weapons
Dessert
case.
spoon.
So this strange
Yeah.
weapon in particular is a big ass dessert spoon. Hopefully there was no ice cream on the spoon still. That seems rude.
Ugh.
Hit him so hard it just ruptured a blood vessel in his brain.
Crazy. Because your skull does a great deal to protect it, so.
Right.
During his trial later in 2004, Richard Clare claimed that he was acting in self-defense after being headbutted by Timothy during their struggle and suffering blows from James's walking aid initially. He was just on edge and felt he needed to defend himself.
I mean, in his defense, who thinks hitting someone with a spoon is going to kill them?
That's true.
He totally did not mean to kill the guy with a
Yeah.
spoon. Nobody means
Hang
to
on
kill
to
somebody
that
with a
thought,
spoon.
though, Sierra. Hang on to that thought.
Involuntary manslaughter is still manslaughter.
Richard Clare denied the murder of Timothy and causing any other bodily harm to either him or James. He admitted stealing the phone during their argument over the money that was owed and was jailed for 7 days because of it.
Self-defense, bro.
Family and friends of Timothy McGee were outraged at the not guilty verdict that had come from the jury during the trial for Richard Clare.
Just completely? Like 7 days only?
No, he was held for 7 days for stealing the phone. Then he had his trial. Then he was given a non-guilty verdict.
Yeah,
He was cleared of
self-defense, right?
murder and of causing actual bodily harm to another man. He did, however, receive an alternate charge of manslaughter. However, this is not where Richard's story ends. And these next actions, I feel, says a lot about his character and his true intentions with Timothy McGee.
What does he do now?
Take a bet. Does he kill somebody with another? Does he kill someone with like a ice cream scoop?
Frying pan.
The fuck yeah, frying pan. Kills him with a large cast iron pan to the head, Looney Tunes style.
Yeah, he's just
Face
using
gets
all of the
embedded in the
kitchen
other
appliances.
side.
Well, we are going to talk about another kitchen tool. So, we're going to fast forward 7 years.
I was gonna say, can dildos be used as whisks?
Miss Whitcomb had told the court, yes, this is her name,
Get out of here.
had told the court that she had a one-off relationship with Peter McConnell, but had since, in this period of time that we're talking about, had begun dating Richard Clare. And I'm calling her Miss Whitcomb because her first name has never been released. I have no idea what her name is. According to Miss Whitcomb, Peter had punched her in the face and pulled her hair, trying to gouge her eyes out after telling Peter that she didn't want to be with him anymore, and that instead she was in love with Richard. Richard later confronted Peter and accused him of being a bully, and told him to leave Miss Whitcomb alone. At the time of these incidents, Peter and Richard were actually roommates. Scandalous. She dated both of them.
Oh my god.
Not slut-shaming. You do you. Later that same evening, on March 21st, 2010, Richard cut Peter's throat with a knife, severing his vocal cords and watching him bleed to death.
Well, jeez.
I told you this is not where Richard's stories ends. Miranda,
It's like he escalated a lot.
Mm-hmm. The prosecuting lawyer during the trial later said that Richard went to extreme and elaborate lengths to cover up the murder scene. Richard Clare was first questioned by police 18 days following the murder, when another one of their housemates was arrested for shoplifting, and there was just a casual remark. I don't know. There was just a casual remark made about Peter's murder. The housemate had been in the house at the time and had been told by Richard to keep his mouth shut or the same thing would happen to him.
Okay.
So Richard's a bad dude. Just saying.
Yeah, it seems like the first time...
That's why I told you to hold on to your thoughts.
Yeah, the first one seemed a little more accidental and a little more with reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that murdering someone is ever okay or whatever, but it seems like he actually had a reason to do something.
Mm-hmm.
This time, like, it's just about some girl who you're both fucking, like, no.
She said so eloquently.
Why?
Yeah, it's rough. So, No, I need to make you
Is
small.
murder never okay?
No.
Is self-defense murder? Or is self-defense something else?
Self-defense
is something else.
is something
Okay,
else.
I'm just making sure.
However, with Timothy McGee, there was no sign of self-defense. It's just a he said, nobody said, because Timothy can't speak for himself. So, that was smooth, I know.
Got a fucking spoon lodged in his brain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I would contend if you swing at someone with a spoon hard enough, you're trying to kill them.
I feel like I need to go grab
I
my dessert
don't think
spoon for,
so.
like, demonstration.
I feel like I have been hit in the head with a spoon multiple times.
Yeah, but, like a regular
by
size
friends
spoon.
joking, or by my parents who are like,
Yeah,
what are
but
you
this
doing?
is-
And
this
they
is-
hit you when you're in the kitchen, you know?
But, like, a regular
This is
size
heavy.
spoon.
They say heavy.
Yeah.
heavy?
I don't.
I feel
understand,
like I need to demonstrate here. Hold on. I have
Heavy,
one.
heavy
Go get your dessert
implies
spoon.
heavy implies to me that they know the weight of it. They're making a point of mentioning the weight of the spoon.
Well, yeah.
So I would think the guy, when he picks it up, would understand this is a hefty spoon.
That's a dessert spoon?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
So this is what I pictured.
I feel like that's one of the spoons that holds a spoon.
Like rotate it like this. Oh.
Holy shit.
So if
How
you
much does
were to,
that weigh?
like, this is heavy. Like, I would say
Where
this
does
is probably
Timothy live?
How many stone does it
The
weigh?
UK.
like in the UK. So I feel like this is probably
This is a
like a
British
good
thing.
8
You guys,
pounds.
but everywhere but the United States uses metric. So what are you thinking?
I'm
How
thinking
many
about.
kilos?
I'm thinking about what's 8 pounds in kilos.
Do you use pounds?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
why?
8
You live in
pounds.
Canada.
Yeah. So this is like if you were to
I'm
whack
confused. Why do
somebody
you
with
use-
this.
Wait, hold on. Why do you use pounds? You live in Canada.
Yeah, why do you use
Because
pounds?
I'm not a lunatic, and when I work out with weights and
Wait.
stuff, that's my unit of measure. Like,
Well, no, we're the lunatics for not using the metric system. You know that, right?
I know.
Like, that's the perception.
I know.
So
I
you're-
like
you're-
pounds. Like, if you hold a
Okay.
baby,
So
a baby.
You're choosing to be insane like
Yeah,
we are.
yeah. A
Okay,
baby
I mean,
is
fair.
X amount of pounds. A weight is X amount of pounds.
I can't argue with this
I
logic.
weigh X amount of pounds. Who the fuck's used? No, that's stupid.
You
Everybody.
Know,
Everybody except America
yeah,
uses
you know
kilos.
you know the
Everybody.
risk of what you're doing, so at
I
least
know.
you know what you've gotten yourself
I
into.
the majority of our listeners are in the U.S., Canada. Come on, you gotta come and support your girl over here. Like, what are you doing? But yes, if you were to hit
I think
somebody
they're
enough
convinced.
with this, it would fucking knock
I mean,
you
if you're
out.
saying it's 8 pounds, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's what I picture.
But
Unfortunately,
it's
I
like a
couldn't
fucking
find
barbell.
any photos. Yeah,
My-
exactly.
Someone
It's
with
like
a
a weight.
barbell.
Exactly.
My defense of myself is I've
Have
never
you hit
seen an
somebody with a
8-pound one of that.
So and what's crazy
Listeners,
is
I will post
Alicia
a
has
picture.
what we're talking about because
It was
I
a wedding
wouldn't have
gift.
had
I
this.
didn't ask for it. I didn't purchase it myself.
Yeah, but I don't have it. Neither does Sierra, and
That's
it's crazy
not an
to
American
think that you.
thing.
Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
We don't
okay.
have those.
Well, Canada is
Is that-
owned by a British monarch, so it
Is
makes
that
sense.
for spooning out your trifle? Is that what that's for? Is that for your fucking steamed pud in the,
Yeah,
in the
what
winter
is
time?
it for?
I feel
What
like
is
I
that
could eat
for?
like a big ass bowl of like Frosted Flakes with this, and I would be happy. But
Again, what the person who gave it to you? What
It's
do you
like-
believe the intention
this-
of the spoon was?
I don't know. They were an extended family member that
So,
gave
so
it
it's
to
just
me
like
as a
a
wedding
gift.
Yeah.
They were like, here's these giant ass. Are they? So is
And
it
they
is
have,
it made
like-
out of metal? Is it made out
it's
of metal or
silver.
is it ceramic?
It's silver.
It's silver?
Oh fucking shit!
And I will.
You're Canadian.
See, I just dropped it on the ground. Did you hear how loud that was?
No.
So,
Fuck.
Wait, I need to say this for Americans in case they don't feel like going to look at the picture or the video.
Yeah, I
to
will
me,
post a picture on
looks
Instagram,
like, reminds me of, on your stove, the ceramic thing that is shaped like an outline of the spoon where you put your spoon after you're done
Spoon
stirring.
rest.
Yeah, you just rest
It's
it
a
there.
spoon.
That's
It's
what it
called a
looks
spoon
like.
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an
like-
actual fucking spoon.
It
not
looks
gonna
like
fit on my nose.
it looks, you know what it looks like? It looks like comically large silverware.
It does.
It does.
It just
You wanna
looks
know
like
what's
it looks like
funny?
something. It looks
Like,
like something
what? It
that
came
Carrot
with a
Top
big
would have
fork.
as a.
I
Yeah.
have a big fork too.
Yeah,
but
you
I
know what
brought
it's-
a
you know what it's
spoon just
for?
demonstration purposes.
You know what it's for? It's for fucking salad. It's for salad.
Ah, yeah, you could use it to mix up a salad for sure.
I mean,
It's a little
right?
heavy for a
Pasta.
salad. Like I have salad tongs.
It's a little
and
heavy
it's
for
like-
anything.
It is like I could.
8-pound silver spoon.
I'm
Fuck.
thankful
I just wanna
that
know
that
what
family
dessert
member
they're
is a lot
scooping with
older
it.
and isn't listening to this podcast. So.
Trifle. They're scooping trifle.
Okay.
There you go.
Got it.
A dessert that's like 7 or 8 inches deep in the glass.
Layered dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I will
Jeez.
post a photo so you guys know what I'm talking about if you're just listening. And thank
The
you for your
fact that you have
descriptions
one
here.
is
because
honestly the most insane part about
I
this.
am
yes.
not Richard Clare. I would just like to put that out there.
Did the
She
fact
is
that you
so
have
owned
one
by a
at
British
all
monarch.
influence picking this story?
No,
Did-
I actually didn't even register that I had it until you guys were asking me questions.
That's
and I was like,
fucking
I have
wild.
one.
That's wild.
Jeez.
It was perfect,
No.
guys.
That's
It was
wild.
meant to be.
The biggest spoon we have in my house is like a big spoon for salad. Like a salad spoon, maybe that big.
but all of
Yeah.
my salad spoons are wooden or
Yeah.
they're not metal, not silver. This is meant to hang on my wall. I feel like.
No,
How do you hang it?
Is there a way for that's able to be put on
What
the
if
wall?
it fell off and hit you in the head and you died?
But no, Alecia, is there a hook on the back or anything?
No, it just balances.
Then it's meant to be. Then it's meant to be
Like-
used. It's meant to be used as a spoon.
I don't know.
A trifle spoon.
I don't know
trifle
why I
spoon.
was gifted this. I'm not being ungrateful. I just don't have a use for a comically large spoon.
Jesus.
So, Richard
You're
Clare.
apologizing for us roasting your giant ass spoon.
You know what? I'm just happy I have
Boy,
one
that's
for
not the direction I
demonstration.
thought this was gonna go this evening, but I'm glad I'm here.
We're glad you're here too.
I'm glad I'm here with a comically large spoon.
I'll get my comically large fork for part 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, Richard Clare murdered Peter McGonnell, and he said again that he acted in self-defense. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Stating that Peter had gone to attack him first with an axe. However, at the scene, there was no axe to be found. Judge Stephen Gulick told him, quote, "You literally cut the throat, severing his voice box in two, and he bled to death in minutes," end quote. At what point during this attack had Richard tried to come at you with an axe? He didn't, and he had been laying on the couch at the time of the attack in their living room, so he snuck up behind him and cut his throat.
Yeah, I feel like an axe would reach farther than a knife.
Absolutely it would.
So, yeah, that doesn't work for me.
But he has a niche for kitchen utensils, so. He said that he said that to secure his relationship with Miss Whitcomb, that Richard had, quote, decided to eliminate Peter McGonnell from the equation. Richard had bound his 43-year-old Peter McConnell friend/roommate in parcel tape and buried him in their back garden of their home. He ripped up the blood-stained floorboards and replastered the walls in the areas where blood had spattered to attempt to stop police forensic teams from finding any evidence. The judge gave Richard the new statutory minimum of 25 years for murder, according to UK law, and added 2 more years for the concealment and burial of Peter McConnell's body. As Richard Clare was sentenced to a minimum of 27 years behind bars for slitting his love rival's throat, a second family were relieved that justice was served at last. Once the jury had returned its verdict, they were shocked to be told that Richard Clare had indeed killed before Timothy McGee. The 38-year-old had claimed self-defense in a previous trial 6 years earlier. Timothy's Aunt Sue had been in court to hear Richard be sentenced to life. 25 years to life is what the official charge is. And it's the same in Canada, by the way. Which is bullshit because that is what Robert Picton was given. And he killed a lot more people. So I feel like British monarch needs to increase some shit.
I've heard Robert Picton was a cool pig farming guy. That's the pig farmer, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. He murdered Native American women on the Lower East Side that were working as sex workers.
Yes. Just so good.
Yeah, good times.
Gotta love him.
Yeah. So
You
Canada
Canadians
and the
know how to make
UK
'em.
needs to fucking just... Okay, whatever, Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez. Do you want me to keep going?
Jeffrey
No,
Dahmer.
Canada has some pretty gnarly ones. I mean, you know.
Yes, we do. But the jury had... Timothy's Aunt Sue had been in court and said that she was so very pleased that we got justice for Timmy as well. Timothy's mother, Bernice Waite, said that she was pleased that Richard had been given the maximum sentence possible. She said, quote, "Nothing will ever bring back Tim, but it is nice for him to have justice. It's a nice Christmas present, I suppose," as the trial had taken place at the beginning of December. The sister of murder victim Peter McGonnell, who was due to celebrate his 44th birthday on Christmas Day later that same month, told the court that Richard Clare's treatment of her brother had been horrific and he deserved the sentence that he got. So I don't know if he really was self-defense in either case. I think he was just like, I need to get rid of people.
It's possible for someone to
I think in the
act
first...
self-defense one time and murder the second time. Or
I do.
Are they just a murderer if they murder the second time?
I think that first manslaughter was more of a, get the fuck away from me, because he was desperate for money. I mean, addictions cause people to do horrific things. Like, my brother doesn't listen to the show, but he is admitted to some pretty gnarly stuff when he was in the midst of his addiction that he would never do normally. So it's like, I think that that's possible. I think in this case it was like over
can
a
also
girl.
cause you to murder,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know.
That's what happened to my grandpa.
Yeah. That is true.
That was not self-defense.
No.
At all.
No. But again, he said your grandpa's not around to tell his side of the story of what happened, right? So I don't know. His actions on Peter McGonnell make me think that he's just a shitbag.
Right. Crazy.
What do you think, Chris? For once,
It's a lot to
speechless.
take in. I'm just sitting here. There's a lot going on. You guys are talking about stuff that I am not even privy to, so I'm just sitting here like, all right, I'm just listening. All right.
You gotta go back and listen to Listener Stories Volume 1, Chris. You'll get the whole scoop.
I don't know. It sounds like self-defense the first time, maybe.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Maybe.
I mean, now that I've seen that spoon, it's a little
But
bit
if
different.
you were
but
to
I
whack
still,
somebody with this, like, to get them away
I still
from you?
can't imagine someone hitting someone with a spoon and thinking this'll be what kills them.
Yeah, but that was
Like,
what was lying around.
I can't imagine. Right, which is why I feel like it's maybe not self-defense, but manslaughter.
Yeah.
Like,
it could
I
have
don't
been a
think
fire
someone
poker. It could have been a
chooses
frying
a
pan.
spoon
Yeah.
to kill someone. Like, a knife would do much better.
True. True enough.
I don't think he meant to kill him if he picked up a spoon. That's all I'm saying.
Fair. So my
Yeah.
second
I
story
agree.
is this even smaller weapon. So we'll get to it.
Smaller. Wait, is it another kitchen utensil?
Possibly.
Okay, because mine next week is also in the kitchen.
I
so
don't think
I
that
just
you
think
would
that's
have.
hilarious.
I don't think that you would have picked like this case though, because this one's particularly short. I just added
Yeah.
it to this because I'm at 43 minutes, and I was like, need a little
Yeah.
something.
I understand. I'm just saying all of the strange weapons are in kitchen.
During my research, though, I
Kitchens
also
are
saw
dangerous.
a loaf of pumpernickel bread, I saw a pair of sweatpants. I
my
saw a sock. I mean, people do some fucked up things.
Pumpernickel bread is also kitchen, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is a true story. But how, like, hard is pumpernickel bread that you could pummel somebody? Never had it, so.
I thought pumpernickel bread was the bread at Outback Steakhouse.
We don't have Outback Steakhouse here.
Chris, is that the bread at Outback Steakhouse?
I've only been to Outback Steakhouse like once. But
Oh my god, Outback Steakhouse has the best bread in the fucking world.
Maybe it was like that rock hard bread
I
at
only
a
go there
Cheesecake
for-
Factory when I went to visit you.
It's the same bread that Cheesecake Factory has.
There we go. Yeah, you could pummel
brown- it's
somebody
like-
with a
it's like
whole loaf of
dark
that.
do they not
brown.
have Cheesecake Factory in Canada?
No. It's my saddest thing in the world. On my birthday 2 years ago, I made a friend of mine drive an hour and a half with me to go get Cheesecake Factory because that's what I wanted for my
Did
birthday.
you go to Seattle?
Yeah. So, story number 2. 55-year-old Murat Saint. Sorry, babe. 50.
What
Got
happened?
him.
We were getting rowdy. 55-year-old Murat St. Hilaire was found stabbed to death in his Prospect Heights apartment on Wednesday, February 13th, 2008. And this is in New York City.
Stabbed with what?
Police say that he was stabbed in the head with a corkscrew.
Oh no.
How
That's
neat.
what I figured you were gonna say.
For a Twisted and Uncorked. That's
Jesus.
why I had to add it at the end. I know that's so heartless of me, but... Carlene Renielik, the mother of Hilaire's 3 children, was worried when she didn't hear from him that morning. They had been separated at the time and didn't live together, but he typically called her every morning. When she realized he never arrived at Wyckoff Heights Medical Center where he worked as an orderly, she went to his apartment with their 11-year-old daughter. They found him lying face up in his bedroom. The corkscrew was lodged into his temple, which was ultimately what caused his death.
No.
Yo, fucked up. Fucked him
An
up.
even smaller kitchen utensil, like I said.
I don't like
Question. In or...
Oh god, no.
I don't know.
Please just stab.
I don't know. I searched for
That's
so
brutal.
many.
Which is worse?
But your
I think
temple has
twisting is worse because it takes multiple motions.
like
Yeah, but imagine the person who's like has it in their hand and they just pop you.
when my grandpa was a kid, they used to play with slingshots, and he hit one of his friends hit a kid in the temple with the slingshot, like
Oh,
shot
God.
him, and he died. Like it's like
Oh, fuck.
Are you fucking kidding?
I mean, yeah, you can kill someone with a temple shot. That's a
so
thing.
if you were to
Oh my
stab
God.
somebody in the temple, of course that would.
Yeah, because
Like,
that's
even
isn't
just
that where the
pushing
bone
on your
is?
temples.
Yeah, that's where the bone is weakest. At your...
Yeah. That's where there's direct access to your brain. So that is what caused his death.
In the head.
in the
Oof.
head.
Oof.
Carlene
Hope to
told...
God that shit was instantaneous.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, usually it is. Carlene told the news, quote, "My daughter went inside, and came out saying, 'Daddy's dead, Daddy's dead. Somebody stabbed him. Nobody deserves to die like that. He was a nice guy,' she said, 'and he was a good dad.' No arrests have been made, and the investigation is still ongoing to this day.
Fuck.
Every article that I found ends the same way. Nobody knows who did this to him.
I don't like that.
But another strange weapon for you. And those are my 2 strange weapons cases.
So what is that the case of? That's the case of the man who popped his top.
Wah, wah.
Rim shot.
Oh,
That's awful though, right?
awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
That's no good.
So if you had to die in any way prematurely to your natural death, what would it be? Method.
Not that.
I don't know.
Definitely not that.
Not a corkscrew to the fucking head.
Yeah, like if you give one or the other, maybe I can choose, but I can't just decide.
Would you rather
how I
die
wanna
via
die.
this, Sierra, or would you...
Oh, that or a corkscrew? fuck?
If you're asking that, I would probably rather have the corkscrew.
Me too, because this
Which
is a
one's
slow
faster?
brain bleed. So those are my stories, guys. I hope you enjoyed them. Chris, thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode. And
for
when
having
they
me.
don't find you on our podcast, where can our listeners find you?
ScaryStoriesWeTell.com is our podcast where y'all have been. Alecia once, Sierra twice.
Almost twice. I'm sorry still.
Hashtag that time zone, though.
Yeah.
It happens. It has happened to all of us at least once.
Sierra legitimately thought I was dead that day.
I was so scared.
Yes, I know. I was talking to her like for 2 hours of that.
Yeah.
We found out at the same time you were okay because we
yeah.
were on Zoom together.
I'm glad I could bring
I was
you
like,
some
I
I
think I was like,
messaged
hey,
your husband
Sierra,
multiple
she's-
times.
I was like, hey, Sierra, she just emailed us and she missed it. Oh, okay. She's not fucking dead. But yeah, Sierra was on a recent episode. It was supposed to be our Halloween episode and it came out a little late.
Hey, all
But,
of us listening to this podcast love spooky shit. So if you want to reminisce
so-
on
It was
your favorite
good.
spooky season,
Yeah.
go check that out.
And we're joined by my good friend of the Strange Beliefs podcast, Emma. And yeah, so you can listen to us on that episode and me over there at ScaryStoriesWeTell.com.
It's awesome.
We don't have a Patreon, though, yet.
You should get one.
Someday.
We're so thankful for our patrons, and we're so thankful for all of our listeners. You know where to find us on social media. We've got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We have
A website.
We have our website, twistedanduncorked.com. You can listen to our podcast there if you don't have another method to listen to it. And like Sierra's pointed out every time I say that, if you can't listen to this, you don't know that information, but you'll find your way there. We love you guys lots. Thank you, as always, so much for listening.